Hi friends, in the previous video I have introduced to you the main division of the philosophy, and that is here on the screen, namely logic, epistemology, metaphysics, cosmology, psychology, theology or theodicy, ethics or moral philosophy. And today I will take you into the sea of the division of the philosophy. The first one is logic. The word logic is derived from the Greek word logos, which has a variety of meanings including word, thought, ideas, argument, account, reasoning or principle. Strictly speaking, logic is not a department of philosophy, but an art or science of which philosophy makes use. Truth is the object of thinking. Some truths are obvious, others are difficult of attainment. Therefore, logic is the study of reasoning, or the study of the principles and criteria of valid inference and demonstration. Logic attempts to distinguish good reasoning from bad reasoning. As we know, always correct thinking is a prime necessity in the solution of complicated problems, and logic enables us to think correctly. Logic is the science of those principles, laws, and methods which the mind of man in his thinking must follow for the accurate and secure attainment of truth. Now let us see the another division of the philosophy is the epistemology. Epistemology is the branch of philosophy concerned with knowledge. Epistemology is the science of the valid or truth value of human knowledge. Epistemology deals with knowledge from the standpoint of its validity or truth values. The purpose of epistemology is to submit our knowledge to a critical examination and investigate the rational ground and find out the interpretation of reality. The questions asked in epistemology are: what is truth? Can we know truth? What is the criterion of truth and error? Is our knowledge of things objectively valid and true? Thus, the philosophy needs epistemology to explain the true and the reality. The third division of the philosophy is metaphysics. The word comes from two Greek words, meta and physica, which means beyond and physics. Therefore, metaphysics means beyond the physics. Metaphysics is the science of the ultimate principles and properties of the being. This being can be God, or the creator, or the one who is behind the existence of the universe. So what does metaphysics do? Metaphysics inquires into being as such and seeks to discover its most general principles and properties. It investigates principles like cause and effect relationship, quality, essence, existence, change, substance, etc. The questions asked in metaphysics are: what is reality? Is everything an illusion? Is everything matter or everything idea? Philosophy is not only concerned merely on the surface. Rather, philosophy goes beyond the phenomenology, and it studies the beyond the surface, and therefore the metaphysics is must in the study of philosophy. The fourth division of the philosophy is the cosmology. Cosmology uses the scientific method to understand the origin, evolution, and ultimate fate of the entire universe. Cosmology also deals with the theories with regarding to the formation of the universe basing upon the tested observations. The prevailing theory about the origin and evolution of our universe is the so-called Big Bang theory. The next division of the philosophy is psychology. Psychology is the science that studies the mind and the behavioral pattern of the living beings. Psychology tries to determine the ultimate causes and principles which give rise to the mental phenomena. The questions asked in psychology are: what is life? What is man? What is the relation between body and soul? Is the human soul spiritual? Is it immortal? Is man free? How do we know through the senses and the intellect? Philosophy also gives priority to study the natural theology or the theodicy. Theodicy is the philosophical science that deals with God, or it deals with the knowledge of God. Theodicy is an organized body of truths regarding the knowledge of God using the human reason and its principles as the sole instrument in acquiring knowledge. Supernatural theology approaches the question of God and His nature from the standpoint of divine revelation. The question asked in theodicy are: does God exist? What is the nature of God? What are His perfections? What are His operations? How did the world come to be? Is it created? These are the questions asked in the theodicy or in theology in the context of study of philosophy. Then the last division of the philosophy is the ethics or the moral philosophy. Ethics is the practical science which deals with the human acts of individual man in relation to their end. It is an inquiry into human life. Ethics seeks to discover how a man should behave in order to form himself into a good man. Other branches of philosophy consider what is. Ethics consider what should be. The questions asked in ethics are: how should we live? What is right? What is wrong? Why should we do good and avoid evil? Thus, the philosophy enlightens us to understand the ethical value in human life, and ethical value is a must for a man to live the good life or the better life. Now let us discuss about the relation between different departments of philosophy. These departments of philosophy are not unconnected units, but they are quite logically and consistently connected. Example: if one holds that sense are the only source of knowledge, that is epistemology. Another will hold that matter is the only reality, that is metaphysics. Then again another one will have to deny the existence of an immortal human soul, that speaks psychology, and the existence of God by theodicy, since soul and God cannot be perceived by the senses. Again, consistently one will have to hold that pleasure is the only true good and the only evil is the pain. That will be dealt by the ethics. These are the 7 divisions and the synthesis of the divisions of the philosophy. We have completely discussed about the divisions of the philosophy. Now let us move to the history of philosophy. The history of philosophy is consists of 4 aspects, such as definition of history of philosophy, the value of the history of philosophy, the method of history of philosophy, and the division of the history of philosophy. In the history of philosophy, the first aspect is the definition of history of philosophy. Here, the definition of the history of philosophy is the recent study attempts made by the mind of man concerning the ultimate truth and the causes of things, and its aim was to give different attempts to solve the problems of existence or to render intelligible to us our world of experience. The history of philosophy is the story of the development of human thought from the earliest beginning down to the present time. While every system of thought is more or less dependent on the civilization in which it arises, the character of the preceding systems, and the personality of its author. Therefore, the history of philosophy must try to insert each worldview in its proper setting, to connect it with the intellectual, political, moral, social, and religious factors of its present, past, and future. It also attempts to trace the line of progress in the history of human speculation and shows how the different problems and the solutions that are offered provoke new questions and answers, and to determine what advance has been made at each stage. Then the second history of philosophy is the value of the history of philosophy. It helps men to understand their own age and other time. The value of the history of philosophy speaks on the light of ethical, religious, political, legal, and economic conceptions of the past and present. Besides, the value of the history of philosophy reviews the philosophical experience of the human race and trains the mind in abstract thinking. When we compare with science, scientist can successfully pursue by his research provided things are present in the field, whereas the man who tries to construct the system of philosophy should be independent from his predecessor's plan and civilization. After knowing the value of the history of philosophy, let us look into the method of the history of philosophy. In the method of the history of philosophy, we discuss that the author should be allowed to impose his own ideas without any criticism, since the system of philosophy itself is the biggest critic. Here, a system is superseded by its successors. Its errors and inconsistencies are brought to light, and it is often made the starting point of new lines of thought. The historian should assume an impartial, objective attitude, although the new elements may enter into his thought. Those elements may decline the previous thought. Still, each philosopher should be permitted to tell his own story without being interrupted by constant objections, nor we should criticize a system. Definitely, the system could be judged in the light of its own aims and historical setting for the development of the new ideas. Thus, the method of study must be both historical and critical. The last point of the history of philosophy is the division of history of philosophy. In the division of the history of philosophy, we see the subject of our study is the history of Western philosophy. It is divided into 4 periods. The first one is Greek philosophy from the 600 BC to 300 AD before St. Augustine, and the second one is medieval philosophy from the 300 AD to 1500 AD before Descartes' philosophy, and the third division is modern philosophy from 1500 AD to 1800 AD, and it is Kantian philosophy, and the last division is the contemporary philosophy starting from 1800 AD to the present days. These are the main divisions of the total philosophy. Today we have reached to the seashore of philosophy by discussing the division of the philosophy and by analyzing the history of philosophy. Next, we will be discussing about the pre-philosophical age, the Greek pre-philosophical age. Thank you.